Alright guys, Hero Comics here, going to show off a thing that's basically become a tradition in my, when I do a Mugen character, right? Showing off the Ultra Combo. Show that thing off. Ultra Combo, okay, here's how it goes. There are 243 frames of animation in this thing. And so we're going to go for them, okay? The cool thing is we don't need to do defense collision boxes. This is the finishing move. We just need to do attack collision boxes as far as I can tell. So let's go. I'll click on that. You do any here. There you go. Do one here. Do some here, like that. And there you go. Yeah, you can be cheap with it. I can do cheap. I can do cheap. That works for me. Next. And we get rid of that one, get rid of that one, and go. Click, and go, and click, and click, and click. Okay, and click, and click. There you go. Now I take this. You can't do, this is an interesting thing. You cannot do use previous collision boxes on something like this when there are no collision boxes in the last one. So you got to make them from scratch. And that is special. See, I go like right here, and like get down here, here, fix that here, and then click on this one and fix that right there. I go, no, wake up, wake up. There you go. Next, go. Now I can do that because that's the one right after it. Yeah, again. There you go. Oh my gosh. The Ultra Combo, man. Man. What a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to continue doing editing for my hate mail, and man, yes. These people are hating on me, saying, yeah, this Christianity stuff. You know how much pain you cause, you Christians. I'm like, yeah, but the truth hurts. It's like, no, this is not the truth hurts. It caused so much pain. I almost did something only I can do to myself. I'm like, it's your fault. I'm like, like you guys' fault for me almost doing something that only I can do to myself. I'm like, yeah, that's not true at all. You cannot do that. You can be ticked off, yes. You can hate it, yes, but you don't have to do that thing that only you can do to yourself, because that is irreversible. You don't have to do that. You don't need to do that stuff. So I'm like, yeah. Stuff that only you can do. I don't know if I can say the S word here. So yeah, no. Here we go. So yeah, that is not the thing. That's the way the thing goes. So we gotta change that. So yeah, no. The S word in here, but we can, however, say, yeah, it's something that is self-inflicted. You're saying something that's self-inflicted is my fault, Christian's fault. It's really sad. Continue on. It's like, but we're feeling sad about stuff. I'm like, yes, but you learned that that's not right. Sad and uncomfortable about things. I guess gotta learn that's not right though. That if you feel uncomfortable, then you gotta learn to get comfortable with it. Not change what it is when it works just fine. Your body is totally normal, then there you go. And you're uncomfortable with it because it's uncomfortable. I'm like, yeah, well, sorry. That's life. Got nothing to do with it. But that means there's these people that say that you can get surgery on that. I'm like, yes, but that's damaging, unnecessary cosmetic surgery that is damaging. You could die from that, and also it's damaging. No, unnecessary. Body works like it's supposed to. Most likely. Okay. Click and go. Go on. Yeah. We're getting there. We're getting there. My gosh, what an attack. What a wonderful thing. I missed that. Do they have that in the new Killer Instinct game? Maybe. It's not the same as this. Not at all. Not the same by a long shot. Get that out of here. Get that in here. Keep it going. Keep going here. Keep going here. There you go. Okay. Low kick. Low kick right there. Man. So many wonderful frames of animation. Just right there. Don't need that. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I will adjust that because I want her to be able to actually hit him, hit my opponent. So yeah, we'll change that. We have to fireball, no flames. We got the flames going. Very nice, very nice. Yes. Ooh. Scratch my nose. There we are. Click, click, and down, and this, and move that over. There you go. And next, Amina. Yeah, Sophia and Amina. You know, I definitely would think that Sophia would be ticked off when she finds out that Amina looks just like her. Fate was hanging out with Amina like that. I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, she's like, she looks just like me, huh? Nothing happened between you and her. It's like, no, not at all. Nothing did. Nothing did. But unfortunately, she looked just like Amina. She looked just like Amina, like Sophia. And then, she is having trouble in the world, having trouble dealing with the war and stuff, and Fate was all about, no, we can't violate the UP3 until this girl that looks exactly like his girlfriend came along, and it's like, oh, oh my gosh, my poor family, my poor life, everything is so bad because of the war. And then Fate's like, yeah, let's get on. We gotta stop this. We gotta stop this war. Yeah, and the war is bad. Let's stop this. I'm like, really? No, get out of here. Get that out of here too. Get it back. So that was a bit weird. That was a bit not fun. If it was Sophia, then it would have been like, yeah, okay. Sophia has seen the plight of these people. So I feel a connection. Well, definitely, she is, okay. Oh, that's the ground pounds. Okay. We'll say that's the ground pound there. Got to improve upon ground pound. So, yeah, we say an area effect with the ground pound. Like there. So actually, we'll hit Kung Fu Man. No, my opponent. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely cheating a little bit, but this is for the final hit. So yeah, we're going with the final hits. So we want it to look amazing. So yeah, and it actually is an attack. He's supposed to stomp down on the ground. So yeah, that's how it works. I'll work on that. Basically, we're setting it up, and we'll see if it needs to be adjusted later. Okay, X, go, X, go. Continue on. Yeah. Right. So he's jumping. And he's on the ground. Doing ground pound. Yeah, we can't do that. Again. I just want to show you as proof. You cannot use previous collision buttons when there's no collision. We use collisions. Continue on. I can use it now. Because there's collision. This way. There you go. This way. It is kind of tradition to show this one off. So I'm going to show it off. X, go. Go. Yeah. That's right. And it's like, yeah, people are saying, you're stopping these people, them from being themselves. No, I'm not. I'm stopping them from doing things that will destroy them. They can still be themselves. They learn what themselves is. Themselves is not the temptation they feel to do wrong. Continue on. Let's get. I will assist a lot. So I got to. Continue on here. Punch. Yeah, that punch will probably be changed. So that's fine. Because dang. on, come on. There we go. Take this one and put it over there. Oh yeah, yeah. Recently, you know, this has. I think stuff like this has only happened a few times since I've been, since I've been working at Valkyrie. I'm gonna call it Valkyrie. But yeah, it's a definite issue. This is our busy season. They have an ability to be able to request extra time, extra days, extra hours. And yeah, unfortunately, yes, our shift is a long shift. The jobs can range from, say, trying to mail stuff to running around like a chicken with your head cut off. Trying to mail stuff, trying to sort stuff, to trying to so it can be mailed, to running around with your chicken cut off, chicken like a chicken with their head cut off, to try and fill all the cubby holes with products so that the other people can mail them. And yeah, that stuff is very tough. All right, very tough. It does pay some money, but it's very tough. And I think on one night, my last night, I think, of work, Sunday, it was Sunday morning. I was hanging out. I basically was having trouble. I was not feeling good. I was hurting. I was hurting, and I had told one of my supervisors. I call him Mr. Wingsman because he's basically a basketball player. Young black basketball player in the prime of life, who also does the job. He's a supervisor of the cubby holes, and he'll basically be like, Kobe, LeBron, I can reach the basket and the cubby hole at the same time. Why can't you do this? I'm like, look how fast I go. Yeah, all 150 pounds of me. I'm like, yeah, woo, raining threes. Let me just get on. I'm like, jump, as they say, jump onto the top of the rim of the basket. Yeah, I could totally do this. I'm light enough to do this. Woo, yeah, rock out my rock hard abs. I'm like, yeah. So it's like, yeah, there's all kinds of different things about this guy which makes him lots lighter, more maneuverable than me. But and he's like, why can't you do this stuff? I'm like, yeah, because I'm first of all much bigger and not as agile or flexible as you. I can say that to him. He's my boss. So basically, there were some issues where he was like, what's going on? Are you feeling okay? I mean, you're slowing down. I was in horrible pain, and I was saying, no, I'm fine. That was a mistake. Because then he's like, that last day, he was like, hey, yeah, you're slowing down again, man. If you keep doing this, I'm gonna have to write you up for low performance. So I was like, kind of in the doghouse a little bit with him. So I was waiting. He said, you're gonna be packing after this first break. Is that a knee or is that a jump? I think it's a knee. So I'll take it. So you're hacking at the first break. You keep doing this, you're gonna be all written up for low performance. So I was like, yes, sir. So I was in the doghouse. I was hanging out in the. I mailed like 1 or 2 packages. Which I missed mailing. Mailing packages for these guys, while fast paced, is not as crazy as running around with a chicken with your head cut off to try to get at these cubby holes. Okay, it's not the same. You stand in one place, you basically walk, behind you, grab something off the cubby hole, and then you grab the stuff off out of the cubby hole, put it on the table in front of you, put it in, scan it, put it in the box, put the bubble wrap or whatever it is in there, and then you're done. Tape it up, send it, slap a sticker on that, send it on its way. That's what you're doing. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I signed up for. So yeah, that's definitely something that is an issue. But anyway, so yeah, I was like, I did a few packages. Oops, get out of here. Don't need that. Click. Did a few packages, and I was like, okay, yeah, we're doing just fine. This is a really nice rest. I so totally missed this stuff. But then someone came along. I was like, yeah, a manager came along. I was like, yeah, we'll need you to go back to the waiting area. You got someone else here and they had someone else there who was going to do mailing. So I was like, okay. So I was like, all right, yeah. Also, they've hired a lot of people. In my opinion, too many, because then it's like you have people waiting for work, and there's no positions, and they have to find some, or ask if they want to, basically, go home, clock out and go home, volunteer time off. And of course, I like doing that, especially on Saturday night, so I can get to work, hang out with my mom on Sunday morning, and go to church with her, say hi to all the people there. But my mom's like, yeah, we need all the money you can get. You can't be doing that stuff. You can't be doing TO. And so I was waiting, hanging out, until I'm out of the doghouse. My managers are hanging, Mr. Wingsman and friends are hanging out nearby. And there's this young Hispanic dude. I have to say it because I have to describe him. I have to say his race because I have to describe him. Young Hispanic dude, skinny as a rail, looking like a perfect rebender. Okay, a perfect cubby hole guy. Kind of like Mr. Weekspan, no, but not his arms aren't as long. He's not as tall, or his arms aren't as long. But whatever the case is, he definitely looks lighter and more agile, more flexible than me. So I'm like, all right, whatever. He's hanging out behind me, all right, leaning on this cart. Let's see here. Oh yeah, collision marks. Hanging out on behind me, leaning on this cart, and he's popping the giant bubble wrap we have. It's basically, they call it dunnage, but it's plastic balloons, kind of that are attached to each other. You've probably seen them in different packages. If you get some packages, you've probably seen these things. Basically, I call them giant bubble wrap. That's what they are. And he's popping that stuff, and he's obviously figured out how to get his AirPods to connect to his phone so that he could talk to whoever he's talking to. So I'm like listening, hearing him, or whatever, hearing him talk, hearing him pop the bubble wrap. Suddenly that stops. So I'm like, all right, whatever, don't care, he's right behind me. So I'm like, I'm not really caring that he doesn't. He stopped. I'm very actually glad he stopped popping that bubble wrap. And so I'm just gonna enjoy. Wait until I'm out of the doghouse with Mr. Wingspan, and maybe go back to trying to do the cubby holes again, and basically, hopefully, I'll be able to the fireball, to you get back in his good graces, get the score up a little bit, which I did, by the way. Because there's a gauge there that you can work on to make it, run around fast enough, hit the buttons fast enough that causes it to go up to acceptable levels. Yeah. So yeah. Eventually, what was that? Yeah. Fireball. Okay. Save. We go through it. Down, up, down, chop, kick, fireball, slash, ground pound, punch, side kick, punch, knee, kick, knee. Okay. Fireball. Yeah. Okay, so it's working. Okay, back to the story. So, so I'm like, this guy's on this cart, wheeled cart, big old wheeled cart with all these boxes in it, and the one he's playing with has the bubble wrap inside of it. He's popping that bubble wrap, and I'm like, whatever. He stops popping the bubble wrap. I'm like, okay, that's cool. They stop popping the bubble wrap. That's cool. I was waiting for Mr. Wingspan to come over and maybe say, all right, fine. You want to try again? I was like, and so you can try to figure this whole thing out. Get back in his good graces. While I'm waiting. All suddenly the cart hits me in the back. Basically hits me in the back. I turn and see this dude on the ground, and he's like trying to get back up. I'm like, oh shoot. I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, no, it's fine. I just fell. And I was like, okay. At first, I was thinking this guy must have injured himself. I might as well go to another one. Go to another one. I'll finish the story. This guy, ultra combo run, or just dashing the outline. Oh my gosh. There's not really anything here. It's there because it's there, but nah, you don't see that. A little bit. Go. No Mercy Club? Okay. Oh, okay. We'll do that one. Where do you go? That's a good reference. My lovely. Okay, back to work. So basically, I was thinking at first when he fell on the ground, all right, the thing pushed into me, the cart pushed into me. I was thinking, okay, this dude must have tried to lean on the cart, all right, put his full weight on the cart, and the brakes on the wheels weren't locked. So when he leaned on it, it just pushed away from him, all right, and hit me, and he fell on the ground. So I was like, okay, maybe that's what happened. And then I see that his head's bleeding a little bit. He has a little blood on his forehead. I'm like, oh, dude, you had some blood on your forehead, man. You're bleeding over here, man. You want to check that out? And he's like, oh, I'm okay. I'm fine. He's like leaning on the cardigan. He's like, oh, okay, I'm fine. Suddenly he goes limp. It falls back on the ground. I'm like, oh, shoot, And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll call over to Mr. Wingsman and friends. Like, yeah, sir, we got this guy. He's fainting over here. Okay, because that is not the cart. This dude lost all strength, lost consciousness for like a second, lost consciousness. The dude fainting. So I was like, dude, there's this guy fainting over here. So I was like, and he like came over. They were like sauntered over, and he was like, "Oh, what's this about?" And all of a sudden, they see him try to get back up and Fate again. And they're like, "Oh, shoot!" And then Mr. Weeksman comes over. He's like, "Get Jimmy. Call for Jimmy, or whatever his name is, or whatever his name, the medical guy's name is. Get Jimmy. Somebody call Jimmy." He's like, "Oh my gosh!" So everybody, all the managers several managers gather around him and help him sit up. And they say they say we need something for him to sit on. I find an empty tote for him. Empty yellow tote for him. I slide it over to them, and they basically pick him. They help him get up and sit on the tote, and they get water to give him some water. They get him some stuff going, and so the medical guy comes, checks his oxygen, looks in his eyes with a little flashlight, and eventually they were able to help him get into they bring over a wheelchair, help him get into it. And I'm like, yeah, that's not cool, But yeah, that's only happened. I've only seen that happen. I've only seen it happen once. Now, there was at least one or two times where you see there's a person. Like one time, I saw an old man getting wheeled out. Okay, and I heard that I saw like fire and ambulance crews hanging out in the parking lot. A fire ambulance truck hanging out in the parking lot. So I'm like, oh yeah, something must have went down. Yeah, something must have happened. There are a few hundred, if not 1,000 people that come to this place. Right. So yeah, it's basically there's a few reasons why this happens. All right. It's a young dude, okay, so it probably didn't have to do much to do with diet, which is really sad to say, but it's true. There are times when we do mess around and are like, oh, we need to cut. We need to cut. That's what they call it on 4chan. Cut. We need to basically cut calories, so we'll fast a meal or two. We need to do this other stuff, or eat this other meal that's different than what we've been eating, so our body's still getting used to it. Do we do that? The girls, of course, do it way more. Okay, it's because, of course, the standards of beauty are ridiculous. The standards of beauty are ridiculous and fake because it's computer generated stuff. But anyway, so they're more likely to be like, oh no, I'm going to starve myself. More likely to do that, but dudes will sometimes. And this might have been the case for this dude, even though, of course, he is skinny as a rail already. He's a young Hispanic dude, skinny as a rail. He's, this wasn't like a big fat dude. If this was a big fat dude, then definitely it'd be like, oh yeah, what are you doing? Well, why are you fainting? But this is a skinny young dude. So I'm like, oh shoot, skinny little dude. So I'm like, what's going on with this dude? So it could be a few things. One of the things that happened to me, okay, when I fainted, I had a fainting spell, right? But because I was on this medication, there were two medications. Okay, I can tell the names of these medications: hydrochlorothiazide and lisinopril. All right, these two medications are designed. I got the emo laser. They are designed to dehydrate. Well, no. One is designed to dehydrate. Both are designed to lower blood pressure. Okay, hydrochlorothiazide is designed to dehydrate you. So basically, you will basically makes you thirsty. They call it a water pill. Makes you thirsty so that you will drink more, therefore pee more, therefore try to purify, get all that salt and stuff out of your body. They will try to use that. That's one thing it does. The problem, of course, is if you pee more, you're dehydrated. It dehydrates you. So if you're more dehydrated, you're basically going to not have as much water. You're basically going to have to deal with you have to deal with that stuff. Make sure to get plenty of water. So yeah, that's a huge problem with that. Then there was lisinopril. Lisinopril is kind of designed to I think it's potassium based. So it's designed to give me a punch, is designed to lower your blood pressure with potassium, which is great. But unfortunately, it also causes aches and pains and gas, and gas and lightheadedness, and it both cause dizziness and lightheadedness. So one day I'm hanging out, I ate like a protein bar or something, thinking everything was cool. Went to sleep. Woke up at 2 a.m. with crippling gas pain. And I was like, okay, I need to go to the bathroom. Went to the bathroom and didn't realize I was also dehydrated. And so then I was like, oh yeah, things started getting fuzzy. It was like an actual static. You see static on the old TVs. You see static, and it's just like just basically the static just slowly creeped in until there was nothing but static in front of my eyes, for a little bit. Then, and I was like, yeah, going like, what the heck's happened to me? Oh my gosh! And then the static receded. I was on the ground. I was not on the ground before. Okay. Then when the static receded, I was on the ground. And on my face, on the ground, on my face. I'm like, how the heck did I get here? Turns out I fainted. It was such a feint that I actually hit my head above my eye, right on the sink, on the sink, the counter, on the sink, the counter, with the sink in it, next to the toilet. Just, I didn't even feel it. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel hitting the ground. I'm just on the ground, like, what the heck happened to me? Oh my gosh, So that stuff is ridiculous, So I'm like, oh shoot, careful, dude. Very careful, So yeah, that stuff is some stuff, and I'm gonna do my best to make sure I don't ever do that. Especially like that poor dude, the young dude did, because that was ridiculous. It's just like, oh no. But yeah, it's a tough job, and of course, I do look forward to finding something better, and I will. That stuff, you gotta remember, better things exist, okay? Better jobs exist, all right? So you gotta remember that, and I'll leave it at that. We will look at the ultra combo and the what's this? The finishing move, the evil laser. Yeah, that's the shadow. That's the shadow of it. No, not the actual one. Yeah, I don't need to touch anything. No, see, that's the shadow of it. So yeah, the outline of it is really cool. I'm working on that. So I'll say, see you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube TV and Art. Work on more stuff. This video's gone on way too long. I've probably got to cut it in half to make sure it works. So I'll see you guys next time. Check me out on there. And yeah, feel free to give me more hate mail. Great.